Hi, it's Scott here, and thank you for watching another one of my videos about the workplace of the future. If you enjoy my videos, please click the subscribe button and the little bell and you'll receive notifications when I do any other videos. So today I'm going to talk about complexity and how we deal with complexity. It's a subject that I find pretty fascinating because it's something everybody seems to think they know how to deal with complexity, but the reality is it's extremely difficult. And the way our brains work turns out to have a pretty significant impact on how we see complexity. I'm going to talk today about something of a classic, something that I used for many years on the keynote stage. And some people say to me, oh, it's old-fashioned and it doesn't have the same impact, but the thing is it does. So let me describe the situation. So quite often I'll say to people in the audience, okay, I've got this video to show you. I'd like you to just pay attention to what the video says and what it asks you to do. I hope you enjoy it. And just to add a little bit of competition to the situation, let's have men against women, see who can win, just follow the instructions. So I play the video.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go!
When I first learnt about this, one of my teachers said to me, you have the power of the pen. You have a sense of authority when you're on stage. So people are quite keen just to do what you say. They do that for a number of motivations, but most of them just do it to play along. They want to be part of the group. They want to follow what everyone else is doing. So that's the first thing that's worthy of noting about that experiment. The second thing to notice is how the experiment is set up. So we have two teams in this case. We have one team dressed in white, the other team dressed in black. I've then issued you with instructions and your eyes follow the basketball because I've asked you to count the number of passes between the team in white or maybe the team in black. The other thing that's worthy of noting is the frame is actually filled by the exercise, so there's nothing much on the periphery. It's just the team in black and the team in white. Now, when I do this, it's astonishing because 10 times out of 10, even when there are people in the room who have seen the video before, which there often are because it's a bit of a classic, there's a rumble of what moonwalking bear, what are you talking about? And then you get people looking at one another, then you get some laughter, then I invariably get asked to play it again because some people don't even believe that the gorilla or the bear was in the initial recording. So I have to play it again. So this is amazing, and there's something going on here that I think we all have to be aware of. The key point here, and there's a lot more to this, but the key point here is that our perceptions, what we actually see, seem to be tied to our intent. Now there's also a link between our intent and our values. That's something I'm not going to talk about today, but it is astonishingly powerful that because I've issued an instruction, because you're a decent, reasonable person and you want to follow along with that instruction, probably because there are others around you following that instruction, you start to focus on that ball being passed between the people dressed in white, and everything else blurs in your perception. Now the key question here is, whilst you're focused on the basketball, what don't you see? What facts don't you see in that perceptual view? In this case, it's a massive, great big obvious, you'd have thought, person dressed as a bear. So what's going on? Your attentional focus actually limits what you can see. And what this is doing is reducing the complexity in the environment. You are blind to other things that are happening round about you. So somehow your brain, based on your intent within a particular environment, linked to your goals and values, has an impact on what you actually see. What's even more interesting, if you think it through, is it's almost happening before you're aware of it. It's like precognitive. It's precognitive. So what on earth is going on? How on earth can we therefore be sure that what we see is the same as everyone else? The answer to that is we can't. In fact, if you think it through, it's even difficult to know which set of facts we should be looking at, because just in that experiment there were thousands of data points all around you. Because you were following my instruction, I had the power of the pen, all that other complexity was taken out of the picture, and you missed something pretty significant. So what else are you missing, and how can this be applied at work? Well, this is just a fun experiment, but it is actually quite serious, because it explains why people can look at the same report and they cherry pick things that agree with their beliefs. This is something that we saw in the United Kingdom during the Brexit campaign, where the United Kingdom was debating whether or not to leave the EU. There'd be an academic group would produce an interesting paper looking at the pros and cons of Brexit. The Brexiteers, those who supported Brexit, would see what they wanted to see, and the Remainers, those who wanted to stay in the EU, would see what they wanted to see. And the key point here is they had no choice. It was precognitive. Their intent, their goal here was to stay or to leave the EU. They couldn't even see the other data, never mind consider it and change their minds. And that takes me to the key takeaway for you here. If you are designing the workplace of the future, if you're thinking about, okay, how do we respond to the COVID pandemic? How do we look at the implications of that? How do we change our business? Should we change our business to meet the needs of the new world? Be very careful not to limit what you can see. The facts you can see will be influenced by your intent and by your values. And if you do that, as I hope I've just demonstrated, you can miss things that are right in front of you. And that's why I'm such a strong advocate of cognitive diversity. And what I mean by that is, have different people in the room, have people who are not like you, have people who are not from within your organisation, to help you see the facts that are actually there, that can help you make a different judgment or a better decision based on the whole landscape of evidence, rather than just the narrow facts that you are precognitively designed to see thanks to your particular set of values or goals. It's a brilliantly exciting opportunity for people to actually extend their line of sight. Get other people involved. The evidence is it works.